And welcome to Ducks No Sports. This week, we're talking about the NBA Conference Finals, which should be a great few weeks of basketball because these NBA playoffs have been fantastic so far. 4 great teams in the finals means the NBA Finals will be even better. And this next month of ball is going to be something special for years, something we will remember for years to come. But we'll start with the we'll start in the East. We'll start with the Miami Heat taking on the Boston Celtics. Okay, we'll start with Boston here. I'll give Boston all the credit in the world because they are old, slow, have no bench, but hey, they are in the NBA Conference Finals. I mean, what a run. I mean, Paul Pierce and Garnett and Allen are still showing that they still have some stuff left in the tank. And this probably is their last run. Because I expect maybe a Paul Pierce or Garnett to retire in the offseason. Maybe Allen to go somewhere else to be maybe a finishing piece to another team. With that being said, though, these players, it's not... Boston Celtics past years have got success off of these players, but it's not their team anymore. It is Rajon Rondo's team as he has taken over the Boston Celtics, and he is the main guy right now. You saw game 7 against Philly. He took over that game with Paul Pierce fouling out late. I mean, it could have been a disaster, but Rajon Rondo showed why he is the best player in the Celtics. And if Boston wants to win this series against the Heat, which I'm pretty sure they want to, but if they're going to win this series, I think Rondo has to be the difference. He has to be getting 30 points a game. You know, stealing balls, you know, forcing turnovers, you know, getting fast breaks to go the other way. He has to be the catalyst, per se, for the Boston Celtics to win this series. Because if he's not on his game, the Boston Celtics have no chance. Because on the other side, you have a Miami Heat team who last round looked like they were about to implode after Game 3. I mean, you have Dwayne Wade arguing with the coach. LeBron James not looking so clutch. Chris Bosh going down. You know, really looked bad for the Miami Heat. Really bad for the Miami Heat. It looked like the Pacers were going to knock them out. But then LeBron James showed us why he is the best player on planet Earth. In case anybody forgot, LeBron James, good player. He showed us why he's the best player. And Dwayne Wade shows us why he's the best closer in the NBA right now. And with Chris Bosh coming back probably for this series, man, I just think Miami Heat, they're so good. I mean, when these three are clicking, I don't care if there's pretty much nobody else on the team. Because that's all they need. The Heat just need these 3 players. But the thing is, there's just not these 3 players because they have a Mike Miller who has to step his game up. You know, Chalmers has had a good postseason. But I just think when you look at it, I know Boston loves beating the Miami Heat. They get a sick joy out of beating the Heat. Actually, I think they'd be happy if they went to the NBA Finals and lost, just because they beat the Heat, just so you can say, hey, we beat the Heat. That being said, I don't think it's gonna happen. I just think Miami's too good, and now with going through that rough patch with the Pacers, they are now battle tested. I think this could be the difference this year. I think LeBron's gonna be on Rondo. And I think LeBron gets a lot of slack, but he is a very good defensive player. People don't want to say that, but he is very good. I think he will shut down Rondo, will get the Celtics no chance, and I think the Celtics will get one. I'll give them one on their home court, but maybe that's it. And I believe the Miami Heat win this series in 5 games and go back to the NBA Finals. And the other one, oh baby. Now this is one I'm looking forward to. I've been looking forward to this matchup all year. Because it's been pretty clear from the get-go. The San Antonio Spurs and the Oklahoma City Thunder have been the best 2 teams in the West. And we're finally going to see because they've gone the most dominant player performances so far have been from these 2 teams. I mean, you think about a team in the Spurs who've lost 0 games so far, and the Oklahoma City Thunder who's lost an embarrassing 1 game. I mean, this is definitely the clash of the Titans right now. I mean, one side. We'll start with Oklahoma. I mean, you have Durant, Westbrook, Harden. For my money, the best trio right now in the NBA. I mean, they're so good. I mean, if you shut down one, then the other two will show up. I mean, Kevin Durant, arguably pound for pound, is the best player in the NBA. You got Westbrook. He can also shoot it, and he's turning into a really good point guard. To me, Westbrook's a top 5 point guard right now. That's how good he's playing right now. And James Harden, what more can you say? Guy coming off the bench, playing like a starter. Great beard. What more do you want? This guy's playing great. This guy's playing balls out. He might be next Durant, their best player in this postseason. It's not them, though. They got Perkins, who's playing well. You know, Azbaka, who's playing well. I mean, great. This is just, from top to bottom, this is a great team. And last year, remember, there was the issue of... you know, who was the lead dog? As Westbrook wanted to be the guy. And that's not a problem this year because it's pretty clear Westbrook knows his role now. And that's big. He knows his role. And his role is to get the ball to Durant. And he's been doing that a lot. And these two have sick chemistry. And I just believe this might be the best team in the NBA right now. But hold your horses because they're playing a San Antonio Spurs team who is, last time I checked, pretty damn good. As you got the staple of, you know, Duncan, Tony Parker, Ginobili. They do it for years. They've won 3 titles. No. Yeah, 3 titles. Yeah, because Parker and Ginobili were there for the first one. But yeah, Tim Duncan 4 titles, and Parker and Ginobili with the 3 titles with Duncan. These guys know each other inside and out. They played together for 10 plus years. I mean, great chemistry right now. I mean, what more to say about the Spurs right now? One of the best coaches, maybe next to Phil Jackson and Red Auerbach, probably one of the best coaches to ever coach in the NBA. I mean, Pop is a great coach. And they look unstoppable. They're playing great defense, and they don't really have any star players. I mean, they got some known players like Tim Duncan, but no real star players. But you know what they are? They're a team. Everybody in that roster knows their role, which is important, like I said before. Everybody in that team knows their role, and they love being in that role. They buy into it. They buy into Pop because they know if they buy into Pop, they will have a chance to win. And they've been doing it all year. You know, a lot of people thought this team was done, like myself, but the San Antonio Spurs are getting it done right now. But it's their biggest test yet for both teams because, you know, you have San Antonio, who they play at the Jazz, you know, a banged-up Clipper team, you know, didn't really put much of a fight. But now you're playing a Thunder team who've gone through the defending champion Mavericks and Kobe and the Lakers. I mean, this team is so good right now, and I just believe, I look at a team in the Thunder, and I just see a team with Durant, Westbrook, Harden, all the rest of them, and I see a team that is young, that is hungry, that is driven to win. But on the other side, I see a team who is veteran, has gone through these battles many times before, who is driven like the Thunder to win. And they've had experience to win, and they have won the past. But when it's all said and done, this series is going to be one of the most epic series maybe of all time, because this is a series I think we're going to look back in like 10 years and say, whoa, now that was a series. I expect it to go 7. I expect every game to be tight. I expect a lot of last chance buckets. But when it's all said and done, the Oklahoma City Thunder take this series in 7 games. Will be probably the best. I might be going over edge right here, but this might be one of the best series we've seen in years. I mean, this could be a great series. This is a series where you can't miss a minute of it. You know, when you're watching this game, you don't need the remote. Just throw the remote away, lock the door, turn off your phone, because there's no need it. Because these are going to be 7 tight, great games. If you love the game of basketball, you are going to love the Thunder and the Spurs, because it's going to be a great series. But I do like the Thunder, which would set up a Thunder Heat final, which, if that happened, would be pretty epic. Something that probably ABC would want. But hey, we still have a few weeks till that happens, and we will see what happens. Because I expect these next few weeks to be some very, very good ball to be played. Well, that's it for this time. But till next time, I'm Aaron Ducks saying, I'm Ducks, and I know sports. Kind of.